So have you ever been in a car and hear a song coming through your speakers and instantly remember all the words? Do memories of another time or place, and usually this is the case, events flood your brain? That happens to me all the time. If I'm on my way to work or even walking down the street, a song hits my ears and bam, I'm somewhere else. Remembering the good times or the bad times. I've even had it happen to me when I've overheard music from another source, like in a grocery store. Actually, that seems to happen a lot in grocery stores. But that's what this channel is about. My musical memories. Things that flood my head when hearing that specific song. This song is called Head and Heart by Joel Corey and MNEK. This song was shown to me as I was considering a big change in my life. See, I've been in my current job for 25 years. And no, I haven't been only doing one thing. Damn, I would have done something drastic if that were the case. No, I've had several important jobs over the years. I was always driven to learn more and more about the business. I wanted to be the smartest guy in the room. Now, I don't know if that ever happened, but I'm pretty sure I'm near the top of that list. I've been a manager 3 times in my career. The first, I was a night crew chief. We worked in the middle of the night stocking shelves and stuff. My second crack at management was in the photo lab. I took over at the cusp of widespread acceptance of digital photography. So the photo lab didn't stay in business for very long. And finally, most recently, I was the bakery manager. And that's where I decided I'd had enough of being a boss. When I was running the bakery, I think I ran it pretty well. I learned a whole lot about breads, grains, and people. That last one was the big one. I was forced to learn how to manage without an iron fist. I mean, okay. I was the manager before, but it was different then, a different crew. I mean, when I ran the night crew, a loud, nasty mouth was kind of expected, and I fit the need very, very well. In the photo lab, it was a little bit more professional, but it was such a small department, and the owner at the time didn't share a lot of information with any of his managers, so I kind of ran it with blinders on. It was there that I made my first employee cry. Okay, wait, no, I didn't do that on purpose. No, really. I was forced to fire a young lady one evening. I was polite, and she immediately started to cry. I didn't know what to do. I mean, they didn't teach me anything in management training. I not actually ever had any management training. I left right after that, as my day was done. I grabbed a few groceries and wheeled my cart out to the front to wait for my cab. And there she was, not 4 feet from where I was waiting, crying to herself while she waited for her mom to pick her up. The next day, I dealt with another new experience. Her mother called me to express her outrage that I had fired her daughter. Luckily, the owner was around and took care of it. Years later, I took over as the bakery manager. There was a new owner, so information flowed much better. I eventually built a great group of people who did amazing work. We made custom cakes that people really enjoyed. Over time, we even had customers come in just to see what magic my cake decorators had come up with. I was successful because of my staff's hard work, and I was constantly trying to control everything. The scheduling, repairs, maintenance, and the day-to-day. It eventually began to wear on me. After venting to my wife for what must have been the 100th time, she played me this song. And then she told me about the power of positive thinking. It was helping her deal with her own tragic loss. So I gave it a try. And no, I'm not starting a cult. I'm just changing the way I think, but just a little bit. So nowadays, I actively try to think about the positive things around me. I no longer look at people with an air of aggression. Instead of being immediately suspicious of a new situation or person, I now allow my brain to step back and watch what will happen next. All before I formulate a response. My loving wife has been very, very supportive of my new outlook. It surprisingly hasn't been that difficult. I don't find myself as angry or even as petty as I was in the past. And it honestly just seems that my soul is somehow happier, cheerier. People, it seems to me, just look at the negative things that other people are doing. Either that or they always come up with an ulterior motive for everything that they do. I used to be very much like that. Whenever somebody would do something nice for me, I'd always look for the reason behind their actions and how it would benefit them. I know that when I was younger, that kind of thinking kept me safe. But now, I have a wonderful, supportive wife and friends that if things ever went bad, they would have my back. So lately, I don't feel as alone. It's no longer me against the world, which is amazingly relaxing. I now try to do something nice without an ulterior motive for someone else. Sometimes it's a friend or an acquaintance or even a complete stranger. It's just a random act of kindness. I do this every day. And I honestly believe that the world would be happier if everyone just did something like that, one single thing, once a day. I'm not suggesting anybody should be Gandhi or anything. That's it, just once a day. And I speak from experience when I say it really does change your life. And maybe, if we're all lucky, that idea will spread and everyone just be a little bit happier. During my school, I majored in English and literature, meaning I literally took all the English, writing, journalism, and media classes I could. I can even remember taking a grade 10 media class where we simply studied the TV show Roseanne, and how it was very different than anything else on TV at that time. When I entered college, they required an entrance essay, something that explained who you are to the professors. I thought the idea was too much like being asked to stand up in front of a class in grade school and tell the class exactly what you did for summer vacation. It's kind of insulted. So I wrote a very, very sarcastic piece about how hard my life had been since my parents were killed by rabid wolves. It was dripping with sarcasm. When they read it, they called me into a meeting and praised my writing. And they also asked if my parents really were killed by rabid wolves. I stormed out of the meeting. I figured if my professors were too stupid to recognize sarcasm when it was in front of them, then they had nothing to teach me. I left the school soon after that to explore the world of part-time employment. My mother had always had aspirations of being a writer. I don't think she got to accomplish all that she wanted. Maybe I got in the way. But either way, I honestly believe I got my writer's itch from her, and I honestly couldn't be happier. So after finding something that I could be passionate about, the idea of writing, my wife and I began to seriously talk about my stepping down from management. I was nervous. After all, I'd spent all of my life being a very planny person. I like to know what comes next before it runs me down. But this would mean I wouldn't have that safety net. But after some soul searching and realizing that happiness is far more important than stability, I decided to step down. I was worried that my hardworking staff would think that I was abandoning them. So I made a point of going to every single member of the bakery and explaining my feelings and actions. And they all seemed to get it. So I started writing my stories and then made them into videos. When I told my coworkers about the videos, they were very understanding and supportive. I've gotten positive feedback and even some negative ones too. It's all been very, it gives me a warm feeling. I like doing this. I've always been a huge music lover, so in all honesty, I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. And when I hear this song, my brain and I guess my heart is overwhelmed with a sense of understanding and positivity. This has been the biggest change in my life that didn't involve me moving to a different city. This song helps me believe that I made the right decision. And all of the support that I've gotten from every walk of life, from rich store owners to the part-time kid, flows through this song. And I will be forever grateful for this opportunity. And I promise not to let the darkness of the world corrupt this song, your support, or my heart. Thanks for listening to a story that fell out of my head. If you've ever had to make a big scary decision or a change in your life, please let me know in the comments below. I always love to hear other people's success stories. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time.